Hey guys, hope everyone is going well. A little bit later today with the live stream, so lunchtime for hopefully most of you. What we're going to be talking about today is how to boost your fitness, race fitness, and strength in the next 24 hours by up to 40%. Okay, and this isn't any sort of pill, any sort of shake. Something we all have access to. That's relatively easy to get. That doesn't cost very much. That most of us don't use enough. Okay, and that's something we're going to be going into today. So we'll wait a little bit for Facebook as usual to do its thing, get a few people on the live stream, but that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, now this one thing is super important because it helps our body to be able to run, helps our body to be able to operate, helps to keep our muscles working, helps to keep our body working, helps to keep our brain functioning well. Okay, helps to improve our strength, helps to improve our endurance, helps to improve our efficiency with movement. Okay, so that we don't get worn out as quick. So you're probably wondering, hey guys, a couple of you on here, shout out, give me a like or comment. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me all right. We're going to be talking about this one thing which is going to help you. Okay, this one thing will help to improve your strength. It will improve your endurance. Will improve your mindset, your level of focus, will improve your level of energy, will improve your consistency with energy on race day. Okay, will allow you to have high levels of energy for a full race day and even during the week. Enable you to be able to boost your level of focus, your level of motivation, because we're increasing your energy. We're able to get you more motivated, more driven with your training and racing by implementing this one thing. Okay, or using this one thing a little bit more to be able to increase your performance. So there was actually a study done. I was doing a little bit of research, looking at research, and they were showing that by having the appropriate amounts of this one thing, that you were actually able to, rephrase that, by not having adequate amounts of this one thing, you can actually decrease your level of work capacity. So in other words, decrease your level of fitness by up to 40%, by having 2% less of what you're supposed to of this one thing. That's going to help to really boost your performance, okay? The other thing this is going to do is help with your recovery. It's going to reduce your level of muscle soreness, okay? Reduce the level of strain on your body, allow you to be able to perform better, to be stronger, and all around improve everything, okay? And that one thing that I'm about to share with you is this thing. Water. Okay? All those things. So if any of those things you're looking to improve can all be done through having the adequate amount of water. Okay? So, our bodies are made up of 60-65% water. Okay? Majority of our body is made of water, which is super important. Okay? To be able to keep our body going. Okay? So our muscles are able to retain water. Now, when we are dehydrated, which I believe most people are actually dehydrated, your strength starts to drop. You're not able to focus as long. You have less energy. Okay, you're not able to perform as well. Endurance isn't as good. You don't recover as well. You get extra sore when you're going and training. You don't get the most out of yourself purely from just not having enough water. Okay, so the research that I was reading, they were talking about, they had a group of active individuals, okay, and doing intense exercise. What they found is that if you have a decrease of as little as 2% in body weight of water from water reduction, so let's just say you're 100 kilos, you lose 2 kilos of water weight, okay? You're 2 kilos under where you're supposed to be in terms of weight, okay? So 2%. What that means is that if you're in that state before physical activity, before intense exercise, you can actually lose up to 40% of your total work capacity, okay? So up to 40%. So, what that means to be able to regain that extra 40% is we need to up your intake of water. We need to be taking in a shit ton of water, okay? And it's important that there's a difference between just taking in water and water retention. I suppose water retention is a whole nother video in itself. But water retention is actually being able to hold on to that water, okay? And the way we do that is through salts, okay, in our food, and that comes through having the correct diet. So that's important to be able to know. Now, in terms of how much water you should be taking, you want to be having 40 mils of water per kilo of body weight. Okay, so if you weigh 100 kilos, then you're going to be getting in about, what's that, for about 4 litres a day. Okay, so this is a 600 ml bottle, I think. Yes, 600 ml. This is a 600 ml bottle. Okay, so just your standard drink bottle. So you need to be having a few of them a day. Okay, and especially if you're exercising, you have a fairly laborious job where you're moving around, you're getting sweaty, maybe you're out in the heat, then you need to be even getting more water than that. Okay, now the biggest mistake that people make with water is trying to get it in all at once. Okay, they kind of get to a point where they're like, oh, I haven't had enough water today, so then they try and shovel down a whole heap of water and spend a whole heap of time in the toilet. The trick is to be able to be consistent with your water all the time. So I pretty much live with this water bottle. This is always, every time I do a video, my water bottle is here right next to me. Every time I go train, my water bottle is with me. When I'm in bed sleeping, my water bottle is next to me. Okay, when I wake up in the morning, it's there. During the night, it's there. Before I go to bed, it's there. When I'm having dinner, it's there. It's always there. Okay, I have this, the main things that I carry with me: my mobile, my wallet, and my drink bottle. Okay, I take those with me everywhere because it's so important to be able to be hydrated. And you don't realize how dehydrated you are, how much it affects you, until you actually increase your water intake. So that's something I'm going to encourage you guys to implement and do, okay? Being able to take in more water. So the trick is to be able to spread it out throughout the day, okay? Don't have periods of time where you're trying to make up for lost time with trying to get a shit ton of water in. Try and get it in throughout the day, so when you wake up, have a little bit of water with breakfast, have a little bit of water on the way to work, have a little bit of water when you get to work, have a little bit of water at morning tea, a little bit of morning lunch, afternoon tea, on the way home from work, at training, when you get home from training, at dinner, just a little bit just before bed. So try and spread all your water out over the whole day. The biggest mistake that I find with water intake with races is that they just try and shovel it in all at once, or they get dehydrated and they feel like shit, so they try and get water in. Once you're dehydrated, it's already too late. Okay, so let's just say you get to race day and you're starting to get throughout the day and you're feeling a bit dehydrated, you got a bit of a headache, not feeling too good, it's too late. Okay, no amount of water that you have is going to pull you out of that. You need to just rest, have time to be able to hydrate again, and then get back to it, which is going to be at least 24 hours. So something that you need to be able to work on. So this is something you need to be able to prepare on before. So obviously we talk about a lot about training and nutrition, all those parts, those areas. None of that stuff's going to work unless we have this stuff, the water. Okay, and that's the most important thing, being able to get that water in, because if we're losing up to 40% of our work capacity by just being 2% dehydrated, that's a massive issue. It doesn't matter about all the training you've done during the week, it's not going to show on the weekend. And especially on the weekend, because we do need to be able to take in a fair bit of water. We've got a whole heap of other stuff going on that we're trying to concentrate on race day. It's important to get on top of that before race day and be on top of it during race day as well. Constantly taking in water, constantly hydrating yourself so that you can be at the top of your game. So I hope you guys found this useful. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Hope to be able to see you guys soon. Also, next thing that I want to let you know, we also got our clinic next week. So we have our fitness clinic, which will be next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're changing the time for next week's clinic. I'll put the link in the comments for you guys below. If anyone's interested and wants to jump on board, you can come along. We're going to go in depth into nutrition, strength training, mobility and flexibility, mindset, nutrition, everything. Okay, whole heap of stuff that we're going to actually work towards to make sure that we can get your performance on the track or off the track, optimize on the track. All right, so I'll put that up for you guys. If you want to jump on board, you have any questions, hit me up. All the best, guys. Remember, train hard, race harder. See you guys.